Folks, I've got with me a very interesting person in the soul, funk, blues, soul scene. There's the roots as well. Um, he's one of the four members, if I recall correctly,
Yeah.
of a band that I didn't know existed until they started putting out singles from their newest EP. And he's a member of the band called the Honeybear, or is it Honeybear, comma the band? Is what you have
That's
on.
right. Yeah. Honeybear Compliment Band.
So, introduce yourself to the listeners and to the viewers.
Sure. Well, my name's Colin Brumelle, and I play guitar in Honeybear. Sorry, Honeybear, comma the band. There's so many Honeybears, we had to differentiate ourselves. So our legal team suggested that we add the comma the band. I'm just joking. We don't have a legal team.
But it makes it impossible to miss. That's the fun thing about the comma the band, because, like you mentioned, there are a lot of more honey bears than I actually expected.
You and me both. Yeah.
So your band's been together for at least, I'd say, I want to say 4 years, but I think it's more like three, or am I
No, I mean
incorrect?
it's actually we've only like the entity Honeybear the band has only existed for just over a year. We just had our 1 year
Anniversary?
1 year anniversary. we each took each other out for dinner. It was very sweet.
So there are mentions that you guys were not independent. You knew each other for quite a long while. You were good friends.
Yeah.
You all had your own projects. So can you tell me a little bit more about what
Yeah.
the other people were doing, including yourself?
Sure. So like the bass player and singer Ian Beattie and myself, we basically grew up together. We went to the same high school. We've been playing in bands since like I'm like a few years older than Ian, and so like we've been playing together for so long that when we started, Ian had to hide in the back because he was underage to play in the bars that we were in, so he wasn't even legally allowed to be there. So we've been playing. The two of us have been playing together for a long time. We used to play in a band called Green Room, which was like a jazz funk band. It was like a six-piece band, horn section, and we toured a lot with that band. And we did that for like a good, decade plus on the road. And then we've just known the keyboard player Mike for a long time. We've played with him for a long time too, and Tim, our drummer, as well. And it just kind of in different projects and things like that. And so it's just kind of serendipitous that we all got together.
And because you guys were your friendships were pretty much close. You were crisscrossing, doing not tours but gigs and participating in events and whatnot.
Yeah, exactly.
Eventually, COVID happened.
Yeah, I mean that's really the story. Is that like during COVID, when nobody could tour or play or do anything, we all just started. We started. That's actually, like a mutual friend of ours actually started these kind of park jam sessions, and so we had like this little motorcycle battery that we'd rig up so we could get like a PA hooked up to this motorcycle battery, and my friend John Cartwright had this whole thing built it was like a bench that was on wheels. It had like a cooler underneath for beer, and so he could wheel it out from his house, and we'd all sit around the park and play, and people that like you would think you're like, oh, that guy's way too good. He's not going to want to come to the park to play with us. All of a sudden, people were just like, oh, I'll come to the park, and so like, it was kind of this fun thing where kind of I think a lot of us rediscovered just the love of playing music when you're not like hustling for the gig or worried about how much somebody's getting paid or not getting paid or whatever. It just it was it was really nice.
Well, you did it for the fun of it, which is the pinnacle of what happened with COVID is that a lot of musicians were cloistered.
Yeah,
And those that were doing a living touring had to find other ways. So you had people going on Twitch, you had people going doing live videos through
yeah,
Patreon, a whole bunch
yeah,
of other options. But live music isn't the same. And if you're doing it for fun, it's even twice as valuable because you've got people that are suddenly coming to your gig because they want to be included in the fun and the
yeah,
actual creativity.
yeah,
So you become kids again in the midst of a
yeah,
pandemic.
yeah.
So when did you guys decide to record the newest album? Which I know I should know the album by name, but I
Oh,
don't.
it's called
So
it's named after like the title track is "I Was Wrong."
okay,
Um,
and it's an EP.
it's an EP.
There's I want to say
16. Yeah,
six, three, two. I think it's two sung tunes, and the rest is instrumentals, if I
it's
remember
yeah, no,
correctly.
three vocals, three instrumentals.
Okay, so three and three. A
Yeah,
good pairing.
but we already have so many more new things that we're working on. It's gonna be even better.
Well, I can't wait. I just hope that the EP is not forecasting your newest album because I want to hear more singing. The singing actually makes a heck of a difference when it comes to a song.
Yeah,
Mind you, if the instrumental side of it is actually above par, then I won't complain.
yeah, yeah. No, all the new tunes are like are vocal led. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, sweet. So we'll be looking forward to that. Do you have an album title already selected?
No, no.
Okay,
Still,
so it's going to be a surprise. And are we
yeah.
expecting it in 2024 or is it
Yeah,
going to be more
2024. Yeah.
2024? Okay, October probably.
Well, we'll see. No promises here. Maybe it
Yeah,
might
so
actually. Maybe I don't know. We'll see how.
okay. So do you have any of the tunes currently recorded?
But just like rough demos.
Okay. So
Uh,
we know that you're way past first part, which is writing and composing. So
yeah.
you've already done the roughs, and then we'll hopefully hear more
It's
when
funny.
it comes
Actually,
down.
that's the other thing about COVID is like I don't know. I mean, like, well, I shouldn't joke about this. It's a terrible thing. Like
Yeah.
it's devastating for many people, many families. But like during that time when nothing was happening, I really rediscovered the joy of like songwriting. And so yeah, especially with like with Ian, the singer in the band, it's just nice to like we've known each other all our lives, and so it's like you don't need to like beat around the bush. If something's terrible, he'll say that's a terrible idea, and 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 so like it's just fun to have somebody like that that you can sit down and write with, and I just really kind of fell in love with it. So we have no shortage of uh of songs that like some of them are okay, I think. So I'm really excited to record them.
I'm happy that you actually had time to do it. The funny thing about the band is that, folks, if you ever scroll on, I use Spotify mostly, but if you go on Spotify, you'll see the details. If you go on their Bandcamp, you'll see the details. The actual album for their EP currently has a bear with what looks it's a jar of honey in the dropper.
Yeah.
So there's no illusion of what the actual band is, and there's no well, it doesn't look like Colin on the album. They aren't on the album except their voices and everything
Yeah.
else, but you can find them on the web through the website, which is easy to find. If you actually go Honeybear, the band, Canada, you'll find their actual official website. They're pretty much all over the place when it comes to it because they've got more than one social media platform, which is fun. Colin, I have to say that you're probably one of the only bands that I've interviewed so far that you've got yourselves spread out without being dissipated beyond the capacity of what you're currently using. So
Ah,
it's quite fun. So tell me, during the creation of the album, how many weeks did it take to actually get it recorded, mastered, produced, and
well,
distributed?
I mean, it was like it was 2 days in the studio recording,
Okay.
and then another couple days to mix. I mean, it was it was fast. It doesn't. Yeah, I like the idea. I don't know. I feel like one of the things about the studio is you have like infinite choices, right? You could spend weeks just like auditioning reverb plugins, like, and it's like it's paralyzing. And so I think you have to kind of like move quickly to avoid getting stuck. And
Yeah.
and for us, like, I still feel like even though I've been doing this for a while, like we're developing our studio chops. Studios are always changing too, and so it's like I I like the idea of like moving fast and like, and if it's like not perfect, like it is what it is. You like, put it out and then you just move on to the next thing. And like, it's easy to dwell on something and polish it until it's perfect. But I don't mind the rough edges. I mean, it's like some of my favorite records, they didn't even bother to tune the guitar and it sounds perfect, So like, I like the idea of just kind of getting something out and then moving on. So it was
So,
quick. It was very fast to record.
well, that's good. Quick is good. Sometimes when it's not quick enough, it kind of goes on the back burner because of something else coming up. So,
Yeah,
no complaints there. Now, band member wise, who does what, how?
yeah,
So, you've got Ian, who's the lead singer.
yeah.
You're guitarist, if I
I play
remember
guitar.
correctly.
Yeah,
Okay, and we've got somebody on percussion and somebody on
yeah, yeah,
keys.
yeah. Tim Watson is the drummer, and Mike Kenny is our keyboard player.
Which, fun fact, folks, he actually played to more sold out crowds during hockey season in Vancouver as the actual organ player.
I know. Yeah, that was like,
Um,
yeah.
so,
The irritating thing about Mike too is that
yeah,
like he plays with Ndidi, who you said you're chatting with. He
yeah.
plays guitar. I knew him for years before he's like, oh, I play a bit of guitar too. And he's like, it's just it's humbling to be like I'm the only guitar player on stage, but I'm like the second best guitar player in the band, like.
Well, I wouldn't say second best. I mean, recorded wise, I haven't heard any fallacies in regards to the actual musical sounds and the chemistry that you guys have.
Wow, okay, well
So
thanks. But Mike's a
the
very good guitar player.
he's okay. We'll say that he's a very good guitar player, and I'll probably be hearing from Didi about it.
Yeah,
So coming back to you as a human being and the band as humans,
yeah,
um, most of you probably have, and not always, but a day job, a part-time job, or you're a full-time musician doing instructions and selling yourself and proving yourself and being part of the musical scene in regards to being possibly somebody who plays in recording studios and whatnot. But other than that, do you even have time for hobbies?
uh, yeah. I collect hobbies like playing cards.
Okay. And what about your friends?
I mean, maybe others less so. Uh, like yeah, like Tim, our drummer, teaches teaches drums or percussion, and he has, I can't remember how many students, but like it's like a very full roster.
Oh,
and
okay.
and Mike as well, is teaches a lot,
Okay.
in addition to playing in a dozen bands. Everybody plays in numerous projects, so
Okay. Now you mentioned for yourself, you mentioned that you have a hobby of collecting playing cards,
No,
or
no,
trading
it's
cards.
just I said I collect hobbies like some people might collect playing cards, but like
Oh, okay, okay.
it was an analogy, but like I mean I'm really into like biking. I do a lot of uh, bicycling.
Okay.
Um, I like building building things like I build guitar pedals, like soldering electronics and circuits
Nice.
and
Okay.
stuff like
So
that.
basically, you decide how you feel for the day, and you pick one of the many cards that you have up your sleeve, and say, "I'll go with this."
Yeah, exactly. It's weather dependent.
There's that. Soldering in the rain doesn't work well in many cases.
Yeah, yeah.
And what would you say your favorite dish, food-wise, would be?
Uh, well, it's sort of boring, but I am a fan of pizza. And I love making pizza.
Okay, well,
Um,
homemade pizza is always better because you choose the way you want it,
yeah, exactly.
saucy or not, thick
Yeah,
or not.
yeah. So yeah.
And when you guys are on the road, is there a specific restaurant or type eatery that you guys seek out whenever you're together and going to
Well, I
gigs
think
and
I
whatnot?
think we all like to avoid like it's not like that we have a preference. It's like we like to avoid like I'll always take like a little mom and pop diner, no matter what it looks like, over like a Denny's. Um,
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing from the musical community. If they can find something like a hole in the wall that nobody looks at twice, but the food is incredible,
yeah,
they'll swarm. They'll just go and eat. So I'm glad that you guys actually are friends and that you get along together. I haven't heard anything negative coming out the woodworks when it comes to media. So Colin, I'm very happy that you took the time to come and talk about it. Is there anything else you'd like to actually mention in regards to the band and the album?
no, I don't think so.
Okay. So, folks, a reminder: if you want to support the band, go and buy their actual CD directly from Bandcamp.
Yeah,
You can also visit their website. They have
honeybear.band is the
yep,
website.
and they have other things that you might want. Do you have any merch?
Not yet, but we were working on it.
Okay, and any plans on vinyl down the road for the
I'd love to.
newer
That's
album?
awesome. We're working on it. Um,
Okay,
I, the next batch of tunes, I think, will warrant it. Yeah.
okay. So, folks, you've heard Colin. He's the spokesman for the band, and I'm quite happy that he took the time to come over. So, Colin, I hope that we see you one of these days. I know it's far because you're in Holland, BC, which I'm in New Brunswick. So
Yeah.
if you can come and do an East Coast tour, we'll
I
be
would love
happy
that.
to accept you.
That would be so fun. I can't wait. Maybe next summer.
Oh, thank you so much, Colin.
Yeah. Cheers. A pleasure to chat. Thank you.